This is Ndtv, and you're watching Classics.
Hello and welcome to the show. Today we are joined by Mr. Mark Lee, the global CEO of the world's most luxurious brand, Gucci. Thank you, Mr. Lee, for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
So let's start by asking, what's your perspective on how do you see the luxury retail in India?
Well, we're very excited about the opportunity that India represents. We've entered the Indian market just in the last 6 months, so it's really the beginning of this new adventure for us. We've opened a first store in Mumbai, and we've opened a second store in Delhi. And within the coming months, we'll see another 2 stores opening, a bigger store in Delhi and a store in Bangalore.
Compared to other emerging markets, how do you see India's demand for luxury goods?
Well, I think, as you know, in recent weeks, Nielsen Company published the results of a survey they did, a study they did, which ranks Gucci the #1 most desired, most coveted brand in the world, around the world, from every country of the world, which is quite exciting and quite gratifying. 1 in 5 consumers from around the world said that if money were no object, they would buy Gucci. And out of the entire world, the country with the highest percentage was India. 41% of Indians would choose Gucci over every other brand. So that, of course, confirms the tremendous potential that we think can be built step by step over the coming years.
How do you see, what's your vision to see Gucci in next 5 years in India?
I mean, again, we're going to have, in another few months, we'll have 4 stores. So it's the beginning of an adventure. We want to see these stores develop and mature. We want to see the entire country develop. And we're going to follow the progress step by step. We're not, Gucci's a brand that has 87 years of history. India, of course, has an incredible history. So we have time. I mean, it's a question of putting these two things together and letting them mature and develop together.
What's going to be the format of these stores?
I mean, our goal whenever we enter any market is, of course, to bring the international standard of Gucci. So, I mean, for us, we approach a store in India in the same way that we would approach a store in Italy or in England or in China or in Japan. So it's the same product. All of our product is made in Italy, as it has been since the beginning of the brand. It's the same store concept. The important thing is that an Indian customer wants to have the same Gucci experience in terms of quality, in terms of product, in terms of design, in terms of aesthetic, in terms of service that they would have in London or in New York or in Paris.
But are they going to be large format, small format stores? What's going to be the size like? What's going to be the feel? Could you tell us a little bit more about that? The
first store that we opened in Mumbai, I think, is today still the largest single luxury brand store in the Indian market. It's a full-range store that includes all of our products, so that means leather goods, footwear, men and women, and also ready-to-wear, men and women. That store is about 350 square meters, which is quite a good-sized store. The second store we've opened in Delhi is a little bit smaller, as an accessory-only store. But again, we're waiting with great excitement for the Emporio Mall to finally open in Delhi, which will be, again, a full-range store housing all the products.
So what locations are you targeting for your new stores?
The 4th store that's confirmed will be in Bangalore. So Bangalore will add now a 3rd city in India that will open in the coming months as well. So we're quite excited about that. So we can say that within a few months' time, we'll be present in 3 of the most important Indian cities.
And let's say in the next 5 years, how many stores do you see in the Indian market?
I think given the incredible growth of India, I mean, one of the fastest growing economies in the world, GDP growth, as you know, 8–9% and projected to continue that way in the coming years. The incredible demographics that you have in terms of population, 1.1 billion people, an incredibly young population, an emerging class of wealthy customers and potential customers. I think there's a great potential in the years to come. In terms of putting a number, it's difficult to put a number today in terms of what that will mean in terms of number of stores, and it's difficult to put figures to it. If I make the comparison to China, totally different country, totally different culture, but 4 years ago in China we had 4 stores, and today we have 18.
So what could be a rough number for the Indian market?
I mean, again, I don't want to speculate. I don't want to forecast too much forward, but certainly you can understand that if we've opened 2 stores in 6 months with another 2 on the horizon, that we do have, we have a certain pace and we have a certain interest in the market.
And what all products can we expect are going to be retailed in these stores?
I mean, the core business of Gucci is, of course, leather goods. The brand was founded on leather goods. Leather goods represents 54% of the total business, but we have tremendous power and success also coming from footwear, from ready-to-wear. In the last year, in the last full year, in 2007, we achieved a 3rd year of double-digit growth. We grew, in the last 3 years combined, we've grown the brand 46%, with tremendous growth coming from every of these main product categories. In 2007, leather goods grew over 9%, which is impressive considering it's our largest category, and footwear and ready-to-wear growing in the range of 20%. So quite exceptional, strong growth coming across the portfolio of products.
Are you going to look at any customization for the Indian market in the products?
I mean, never say never. It's possible at some point, but really we believe that the strength of the Gucci brand is, again, the fact that Gucci is one brand, one label. There's no second collections, no diffusion collections. We operate with a high degree of direct control. We're not really a licensed brand. We have 2 categories that are under license. Otherwise, all the product categories are completely directly controlled by us. And again, our goal is really to bring, I mean, the same Gucci that an Indian customer would discover in Florence or in Milan, is to bring that Gucci to the country. The localization comes, of course, from our partner in India, which is the Marjani Group, which they're doing a fantastic job in terms of helping us with their local expertise, knowing the market. The local teams, then, of course, the management teams, the local service, I mean, the quality of service. I mean, there's, of course, a connection. I mean, there's the global nature of the brand and then connecting to the local market. But in terms of product, I think it's important that customers find the same Gucci handbag in Delhi that they would find in London.
That's correct. How about integrating some of the Indian designers into your products?
I mean, we have a fantastic designer. Our creative director is Frida Giannini. She's a 35-year-old, incredibly talented, incredibly smart Roman. She's doing an amazing job, and all the Gucci design, all the Gucci aesthetic, all the Gucci imagery is created under her direction. And again, we're quite proud of that, and we think that's one of our great strengths. We're not so much in the business of partnering with other designers or co-branding or things of that nature.
As you said, you're looking for mono-brand retailing. You said you're going to be opening 4 new stores in the next few months. Are you also going to continue the multi-brand retailing that exists currently?
I mean, on a global basis, 70% of the Gucci revenues, which in the last fiscal year in 2007, our global revenues reached almost 2.2 billion euros, 2.175 billion to be exact. 70% of those revenues come from stores that we own and operate directly ourselves. So the portion of non-direct retail is relatively small within our portfolio.
So we're going to see more mono brands of Gucci stores coming up in India in the future?
Yes, I mean, all of our development is foreseen in the coming period will be monobrand stores, will be Gucci stores, boutiques.